Great day. We're talking about the 3 common career mistakes to avoid and suggestions for what you can do instead. Joining us now with more is executive coach Julie Couret. Julie, welcome back.
Great to be here.
Great to have you. All right, so job hopping. Let's start there. First of all, what is it? And you don't recommend this generally, right?
No, so the first career mistake people need to avoid is hopping from job to job, and that means that you are moving careers too quickly between employers. So not within a company, but you're leaving one company to another, usually within less than 2 years. And if you consistently do that, if you had one move that was 2 years apart and the rest you stayed for longer, that's not job hopping. But if you look at like a 5-year span and you've been at 3 different employers, that's
6 months here, 6 months there,
right,
8 months there,
or a
right?
gap.
Okay.
But if you are bouncing from job to job, that is a mistake. But that's unfortunate, because sometimes what if you're in a job you don't like?
Right. So there's a fine line, right? I mean, how do you know what to do? How do you know if it's a good time to abandon ship or not, so to speak?
I love that. Before you even get yourself in that position, you need to really do your due diligence about the right fit job for you. Because here's what happens: you're in a position, and I know this from personal experience. I had a time a while ago with job hopping, so I've been there, where you're not pleased, and you're like, you know what, anything's better than this, okay? Anything's better than these hours. So you take the first thing without really truly exploring it. And so one of the best ways to prevent job hopping is to get a lot of information going in about what are the hours, what's the work I'm doing, who am I working for, what's their work style, what do you expect of me,
right?
What does the future look like? Because I might get there and say, this is really fun. You're like, wait, what? I'm stuck in this position for 5 years,
right,
and there's no room for growth.
The career advancement question.
Which could potentially be mistake number 2.
Okay.
That you stay too long.
Too long, right.
And I call it like a dead end position. But staying too long in one company where you're not going to grow really is another career mistake, because you discount yourself, and then you forget that in 10 years you're going to be really sick of something. Do you realize how that impacts your work performance,
right,
and your happiness? People undervalue what they can bring to the table. And so why do people stay? Well, they think that there's no other place they could work, and that it's safe. They don't ask, what else could I do in the future? What promotions are available? What positions could be created? And people truly think that they are too old to learn a new career or learn a new industry. And you really are never too old. I don't care if you're 50 or 60, you absolutely can make a transition.
Sure.
People value experience.
Definitely. And I'd say education too. I mean, nowadays we always hear these stories, people are going back to school, right? So that's an option.
I mean, and that's that makes it super easy, because so many industries are really hurting for skilled workers. I think fear might be the biggest thing that does hold us back from leaving a job.
Sure, and change too, right? Stressful.
And that's the unknown. And then leaving a job, and how we leave it is mistake number 3, which is burning bridges.
Right.
So when you're leaving, and whether you are leaving because you have a really great opportunity, or even if you have to move and leave a job because of a family move across the country, how are you leaving?
Sure.
So those last 2 weeks that you're working, what's your performance like? I remember when I first left one of my jobs, because I was moving across the country, people kept joking, saying, well, you're going to be coasting, for the next month. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, well, you're leaving. Why would I'm not going to fire you in last month. I'm like, well, first off, you might. So hold on there.
Right.
Number 2, why would I do that? Why would I burn bridges? So you need to be on your A game and help transition out your position, take notes, take inventory, close up loose ends, start transitioning, do emails to folks, get an out of office alert, whatever you need to do to end things on a really good note with your peers and then with external folks. But there's also something else to consider burning bridges, and it's about giving feedback.
Ah, okay. Explain that to our viewers.
Well, when you're leaving, your boss might ask for you to give some information about what could we do differently next time. What advice would you give to somebody else who's coming in your position? It's called an exit interview. But even if they don't offer the exit interview, I really do suggest that you ask for time to give the feedback. But when you do it, be objective and don't get into personal things.
Sure. I mean, this is an opportunity for the company to learn how they can improve as well, right?
And how nice if you're exiting out of that organization and you're giving insight and feedback that could help them, that makes you even more of a value add. And you have to remember that referrals and recommendations go back several years. So as you go through your career, they might say, we really would like to talk to somebody from that organization. And you want them to be able to say, well, we wish she didn't leave. There were some unfortunate, situations that happened while she was here, but she was really appropriate and respectful and professional.
Wonderful. Good advice there. Thank you. To learn more about Julie, head to 7602coach.com or give her a call, 504-723-8997.